Do you ever find yourself in a situation where someone is talking to you and you'd actually love to listen, but you find yourself constantly mind wandering and it's not even on purpose, it just happens automatically? Are you ever nervously thinking about how you're performing in an interaction rather than the actual interaction itself? Do you ever find yourself self conscious around certain people? Have you ever read a paragraph in a book and completely forgetting the content, even though you had literally just read it? All of this is a lack of presence. Presence is a skill that's actually worth millions. It's a skill that will win you friends. It's a skill that will help you influence people. It's a skill that will win you sales. And it's one of the most attractive skills a man can have. So presence is basically when you're completely focused on the now. It's when you're fully absorbed in whatever or whoever you're interacting with. You're not thinking about how you're looking or how other people are perceiving you. You're not thinking about some big task you have to do tomorrow. You're just completely engaged in what you're supposed to be engaged with here and now. You can tell when this is happening sometimes because you might even like lose track of time. You know when this happens. It's like when you're talking to a friend and hours have passed and you haven't even realized. Athletes actually often experience this state and they refer to it as the zone, where there's absolutely nothing going on inside their head as they're playing. So this is how charismatic people are so good at speaking. It's how top athletes are so skilled. And it's how public speakers seem to perform so effortlessly. So this is actually a tool that absolutely everyone can benefit from. Now there's only one method, one practice in this video, and that's meditation. The first time I heard about meditation, I thought it was all some wishy-washy spiritual thing, and I actually found it kind of cringe. And you might actually think that way right now and be in the position I was back then. That's until I discovered the science of it all and how the process actually works. In this video, I'll show you why you should meditate and the 4-step process of meditation and how it actually works. So meditation has many different benefits on the mind and body. Like it can significantly reduce your stress, it can improve your cognitive function, and it can bring you a break from the brain rot filth I know you're consuming. But if you're like me, there's one benefit that stands out from the rest, and that's presence. Now, presence actually has significant benefits on your mental health if you perform the practice that I'm about to tell you. Now, the more you have of this skill, the more you'll start to become aware of the thoughts that come into your head. Do you ever have negative thoughts? Sometimes about yourself? Sometimes they're not even true. Even so, you blame, judge, and criticize yourself for thinking these thoughts, don't you? There's something you can do instead when you start to gain mindfulness and become more present. You'll start to catch yourself thinking these thoughts like everyone else does. Instead, observe the thoughts, kind of like a scientist would, without judgment of the thought. Literally just say to yourself, oh yeah, that's just a thought. It's interesting that I'm thinking that. And as you start to do this more and more, you won't see yourself lost in the spiral of negativity that these thoughts can induce. Now I'm going to reveal the 4-step process of meditation. For meditation, you can put on a timer for 15 minutes on your phone. I literally just use the clock app on my phone. I know there's many different meditation apps out there, but I just find this one the least distracting. So when you begin the timer, you're going to start by just focusing on your breath and just the breath. The second step is actually unintentional, but necessary. Your mind will begin to wander and think about other things. Now, this is where people will start to judge and criticize themselves. Oh, bro, I can't meditate. My mind keeps wandering. But this is what's supposed to happen. And step 3 is realizing that your mind is starting to wander. And step 4 is simply bringing your attention back to your breath. People will tend to complain here and say, oh, I can't meditate because my mind keeps wandering. Well, that's what's supposed to happen. The goal isn't to always focus on the breath. The goal is how quickly can you bring yourself back to the breath, and how quickly can you catch yourself mind wandering and bring your focus back to the breath, back to the present. You can imagine every time you bring your focus back to your breath, it's like one bicep curl in the gym. You have to lower the weight down. You can't just keep the weight up. You have to lower it down in order to bring it back up to activate the muscle. I'm begging you to do this simple meditation exercise for 15 minutes a day at least and an hour a day at most. The more you do this, the more you'll start to see improvements in your social life, your performance, both physical and mental, and it will put an extreme edge to your overall character. Click the link down below to join the Discord. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.